JoJo Siwa has lied to us all. She's recently been in Celebrity Big Brother over here in the UK, and she was arguably one of the biggest names to be in the series, and she brought a lot of attention. It all started with Mickey Rourke, who made some very homophobic comments towards JoJo, and I made a video about this not too long ago, kind of saying that this isn't cool. JoJo might be a bit of a divisive figure, but nobody in their, life deserves to be treated in such a way. But what's kind of come off the back of Celebrity Big Brother is even crazier than what even I could have possibly imagined, as she's now come out after the show, after getting really close to one of the other contestants by the name of Chris, right, as stating that she's not a lesbian. And then even worse than that is at the after party of Celebrity Big Brother, her partner's flown all the way out to come and see her, to be at the after party with her. Just before said after party, she breaks up with her. Absolute insane stuff. That's kind of the crux of what's going on. But during her time on the show, Siwa formed a close bond with fellow contestant Chris Hughes, a former Love Island star. And their relationship, marked by flirty interactions like cuddling, hand-holding and playful moments, sparked widespread speculation among viewers on social media about whether or not it was romantic. Now, bear in mind, at the time of this kind of going on, she was in a relationship. She stated that she was gay. So, to be kind of flirtatious with someone like Chris, who's obviously a male, kind of goes completely against this. And bear in mind, she said to Mickey during the time that she was getting kind of, going through that rough period with him and him making those remarks, stating that she was in a really happy relationship. So this was really, really weird. Moving on from that though, this obviously started to raise eyebrows, with some housemates and fans questioning if it was purely platonic or a strategic gameplay. Siwa and Hughes maintained that they were just friends, with Hughes describing Siwa as a quote pure rock and emphasising their fun, supportive dynamic. Siwa also echoed this, calling Hughes more than a friend, but highlighted that his role was helping her through the tough times in the house. So the situation then escalated after Celebrity Big Brother on the finale on April 25th of 2025, where Siwa placed 3rd and Hughes placed 6th. At the after party, Siwa ended her relationship with Kath Ebbs, who she'd been dating since November 2024. Ebbs, who uses they them pronouns, confirmed the split in an emotional Instagram video on April 26th, expressing shock and feeling, quote, numbered out. They claim that Siwa had previously expressed intentions to marry them, but decided during the show that Ebbs wasn't the person that they wanted to be long term with. Ebbs then described the breakup as quote-unquote humiliating, noting that it happened while Hughes was nearby, and accused Siwa of emotional cheating and love bombing, citing the public nature of Siwa's bond with Chris Hughes. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what's gone on. Now, obviously, while they were in the house, there was a lot of very flirtatious moments that kind of took place. Mostly kind of like this, really.
I just want you closer.
Even for a platonic relationship, it's a little bit weird and it's a little bit sus. And you've got to wonder how someone like Kath, who's, at that point in about a 6th or 7-month relationship with JoJo, you got to wonder what's going on there. Now, obviously, after the show, she also claims that she no longer identifies as a lesbian, which was her whole shtick, right? And obviously, this happened during that whole karma period last year, where JoJo came out with this massive, shift in dynamic and in personality, right? She was gay, she was an icon, she was trying to be edgy and cool, and now she kind of has gone back on it.
Identifies as a lesbian. This was revealed last night on the Celebrity Big Brother live stream when she was having a conversation with Danny Beard.
I think I've always told myself I'm a lesbian, but I think being here, I realized, oh no, I'm not lesbian, I'm queer.
You what?
And I think that's really cool.
The singer and influencer publicly came out as a lesbian a couple of years ago, but it seems her stint in the Celebrity Big Brother house might have changed her mind. JoJo's dating Australian influencer Kath Ebbs, who's been forced to turn off comments on her Instagram after she received loads of negativity about JoJo's close relationship with Chris Hughes. Throughout the whole show, the pair have been close, and fans have speculated that there could be more to their friendship, although they both insist that they are just close friends. And Chris even got quite upset about it when he was in the diary room the other day. He's been facing accusations that he's only friends with JoJo because of her fame. But it seems with this latest revelation, Chris has had a big effect on JoJo. What do you think about their relationship? And do you think...
Obviously, the whole situation started to get a little bit weird with people being like, well, are they, aren't they, right? And then even, like, during the after party, right? So, just before the after party kicked off, Kath, you know, got broken up with. And then she came out with this video right here in which, well, it's not the full video because that video has since been deleted from Kath's TikTok. You can still find the full video in places if you look hard enough, but you know, this was kind of the crux of it.
And I went to the live show to show up for my partner and support them in their experience, and then obviously later on address my feelings of like hurt and like work through them like all relationships do. But before I could even get back to the hotel, it's actually crazy, went to the after party with my, I guess now ex, crazy thing to say, and was dumped in the party. I was told that there are confused feelings there, do with that what you will, and that they had realized in the house that I wasn't the person that they wanted. I flew here.
So obviously, you know, imagine flying all the way out there after seeing what's been going on, trying to think, right, I need to work through this with my partner, to then be dumped. Bear in mind, at this point, right, JoJo's still claiming that it's all completely platonic and it's all like, you know, like completely kosher. But obviously this clip's now been going viral from just after the after party, or like during the after party, just after the breakup.
When you can love someone from a platonic friendship way and it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I love you. But I love the fact that we had each other in there and that made our life easier. When you love...
Little bit wild from Chris there. Obviously, like I say, the video did get deleted by Kath, the entire 12 or 13 minute video, and it's just snippets that are floating around the internet now. But obviously people have reacted to the video being deleted.
Gosh, guys, is this true? Kath has deleted the video? It was like 13 minutes long. It was really long. I watched the whole thing this morning. Wow. I wonder... It's too late. It's out on the internet, but I wonder if she had signed some sort of an NDA with JoJo Siwa and her family's saying she had to take it down. What do we think about that? Wow. I tell you what, this is the story that just keeps on giving, isn't it? What do you think? Why would she have taken it down? Because it was such a good, honest explanation of what had happened. And it was so good because we'd all been wondering what was happening for so long. And she just explained it all. But I wonder if there were some things in there where the family's threatening her, saying, we'll take legal action if you don't take that down because that's not true. It's hearsay or something along those lines. What do you think has happened there? Have they forced her to take down the video? That's weird. Or did Kath just decide, you know what, this is too personal, I'm going to take it down? What do you think?
I can't imagine that there would have been an NDA for this kind of thing, right? Just personally. I can imagine that the negativity off the back of the video... Like, JoJo's got a huge fan base, right? And a very young and loyal fan base at that. And what do we know about young people and fan bases? They are ruthless. They will do anything and everything, regardless of what's true and what's fact. They'll just take what JoJo said, for example, as fact and biblical, and like they will go against someone. They will bite people tooth and nail and back them to the hill, even if it's completely false, wrong, whatever. But JoJo has done a lot of press coverage off the back of everything because it's the biggest controversy. It's kind of overshadowed Big Brother's finale, to be perfectly honest. So she's been on ITV News. She's come out on This Morning, which is an ITV show here in the UK. She's been on podcasts, all talking about the situation, right? And this was with This Morning. Now, whether this video or clip will stay in the video, I don't actually know. So if it doesn't turn up, right, I'll kind of briefly explain it at the end. But ITV love to like snap up ad revenue from creators, so it might survive, it might not. We'll see if it survives the chopping block. The entire thing was basically them saying, yes, it is just platonic. And then the show host, Ben, was like, you know, do you see this going anywhere? Do you want it to become a bit more of a romantic relationship? And they're like, well, JoJo's like, I don't know where the future's gonna go, but right now we're really enjoying the dynamic that we've got. So I think it's a bit raw for her to just come out right here, right now and say, do you know what? Yeah, we're going to start dating right here, right now. Because that would probably add salt to the wounds of everything. And it would be a PR nightmare. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you know, a few months down the line, we see that these guys have actually, you know, come out in a genuine relationship of some capacity. Truly wouldn't be surprised. But here's another podcast clip of JoJo on the Useless Hotline, right, where she talks again about the relationship with Chris.
With Chris, then?
Ah.
So, what do you think it was that instantly drew you to him?
Really interesting because I shouldn't talk about this, but I'm going to.
What did you write on the hand?
It was not the 4 letters. There was a lot more.
Is there anything that you, JoJo Siwa, would like to clarify?
I will clarify, Chris and I.
So, within the clip, she just kind of, within the full podcast, sorry, she's just like, yeah, we are platonic right now. We're just really good friends. Nothing emotional, nothing romantic. It's, I don't know, man. I don't know. Obviously, this whole edgy persona isn't for her anymore. And I don't know. It's a bit weird that suddenly she's not identified as a lesbian or whatever. And Chris is now in the fold. The question is, would that have been the case if Chris wasn't in the fold and she didn't go into Celebrity Big Brother? It's not for me to say, but with speculation, probably not. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Way down there, jump scare the hell out of that like button, subscribe, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.